some of those. Grab some of those. Grab some salt. Go. Nice. Grab this pumpkin. These. Maybe some bananas. There we go. 5 and a bit. Nice. That should do for the time being. Grab some arrows. Nice double pack of them. Hey, Link! Almost halfway to Zora's domain. Oh, by the way, there are a few spots up ahead with lots of enemies, but I'm sure you'll be fine. I believe in you, Link. I'm gonna steal your fish. You know, let's see if we can do something stupid. Get around some of those bad guys. Make it a little easier on ourselves. Yeah, 'cause there's the bridge right there. Follow this path this way. Should be able to get to it. Ooh. Bright-eyed crabs. What is this? Don't think I've found this. History of the Zora, Part 4. Light Scale Trident as told by King Dorfan. The queen and I were blessed with a daughter as lovely as a jewel. Her name, we named our princess Mifa. To celebrate her birth, the smithy Donato presented Mifa with a gift, a mighty spear called the Light Scale Trident. Mifa grew into a bright girl and soon reached the age of receiving lessons from the royal family's order of knights. The whole of the royal guard adored her, especially Sergeant Sidon, who loved her as if she was his kin. Under Sidon's instruction, Mifa honed her skills, and her radiance grew along with her skill with the Light Scale Trident. As a champion, Mifa made her people proud. However, once the great calamity struck, she was never to return. All of Zora's domain fell into misery. The merest thought of the princess was often to overcome anyone with tears. As well as a way of offering her soul response, they tried to send the Light Scale Trident drifting down the Zora River. But when they did, the trident began to glow, and Mifa's voice rang out loud and clear for all Zora to hear. The Light Scale Trident and I are one. Abandon your grief and know your joy once again. Do not cry, just remember. And so, keeping to her request, on the day of the great calamity, the day that Mifa passed from this world, the Zora The Zora venerated the light scale trident and remembered their brave princess. Such is the origin of the Champions Festival. War. I think we have managed to dodge the majority of the monsters. I think. Nope. That's a problem. Okay. Just fighting a shock wizard at this point is quite troublesome, as one flick from his wand will disarm all my weapons and armor, pretty much. Nice. This should allow me to skip a good portion. There we go. Whoa. I've been waiting for you, Link. Welcome. Behold the pride of my people, Zora's domain. Now I shall introduce you to the king. Hurry this way. We can make teleporting from anywhere else to Zora's shrine a lot easier. Come here, crab. Come here, crab. must be the Hylian that Sidon brought here, correct? You did well to come all the way here. I am King Dorofan, ruler of the Zora. That object upon your waist, is it not a Sheikah slate? Now that I have gotten a good look at you, it is all too clever who you are. You are the Hylian champion, Link. Do not tell me you have forgotten me. The Hylian champion? You cannot mean the Link. That's champion. So that's where I've heard your name before. What a fateful coincidence that we should cross paths. I cannot believe it. The Hylian champion Link has appeared before us. We have met numerous times, I will have you know. So many memories. My mind is overflowing with nostalgia, my friend. I have heard a terrible rumor that you have fallen in combat, but it appears you have managed to survive. Extraordinary. Come again? Sleeping, you say? Is that why you do not seem to remember me? But surely you must remember my precious daughter, Mifa, yes? You do. Do you not? I cannot believe it. Have you truly forgotten my dear Mifa as well? You and Mifa were so close, yet you do not remember her? Young hero, please look up upon the beauty of Zora's domain. Do you see that statue? Does gazing upon Mifa's immortal form still not jog your memory? Well, perhaps your memory will return in time. I dearly hope so. Father, I do not believe discussing my sister is helping matters at the moment. Link seems confused. Oh? Yes, of course. But first, it is worth noting how remarkable it is that Sidon brought a champion here without realizing it. And it's quite a feat, my boy. That is a good one. Link, I doubt not that you have endured a great many trials. Still, I must ask you to hear my plea. Now then, hero, I must inform you that Zora's domain is in danger of vanishing because of divine beast Varuta. I shall do you the courtesy of speaking bluntly. We alone cannot stop this beast. Will you lend us your strength?
What? King Dorofan, my liege, please do not speak so. To ask a Hylian for help, why, the very thought of it curls my fins.
Muzu, I expect more of you. How can you still protest?
Muzu, it is rude to speak that way to your king and your guest. Link is here because I invited him. With such unpredictable rainfall, I believe that's how he's unprecedented. I can't read sometimes. With such unprecedented rainfall, we have no choice but to rely on the aid of a trustworthy Hylian. Have we not already discussed this and arrived at that very conclusion? He is the key to saving Zora's domain. I have no doubt in my mind.
Indeed, Link is a champion through and through. As things now stand, Zora's domain, nay, perhaps all of Hyrule, is doomed to be swallowed by the sea. This is bigger than all of us, my friend. Zoras and Hylians alike must put aside our differences and band together.
Have you forgotten? Already, my king, we cannot trust these lowly Hylians. 100 years ago, they abused the power of an ancient civilization and turned Hyrule into what it is today. That is not at least of it. It is their fault that Lady Miffa was lost to us.
Link. Divine Beast Van Ruta has great power. It has the unique ability to create an endless supply of water. Of late, it has been merely mercilessly spouting water into the air. As a result, this area has been plagued by heavy rains. For us, Zora, water and air are as one, so you would not think this would be quite as critical of a problem. Sadly, the rains have filled the eastern reservoir nearly to the point of flooding. If the reservoir bursts, as it soon will, I fear immense damage will befall not only Zora's domain, but also the areas downstream from us. Their Hylian lives are in very grave danger. The divine beast is crying out once again. Divine Beast Van Ruta. Your Princess Zelda often studied the Divine Beast, that is, in the time before the Great Calamity. According to her research, the orbs located in Ruta's shoulders are mechanisms that can control the water it generates. However, they require electricity to work. These orbs are clearly out of control now because there is no electricity coursing through them to stop them.
Oh.
Sidon, who is quite shock resistant. Sidani, who is quite shock resistant for Zora, hit one with a shock arrow. Sure enough, it slowed the water a bit. Unfortunately, as an aquatic race, we Zoras are terribly vulnerable to the power of electricity. Perhaps because we could not safely strike it with enough electricity at once, the water soon returned to its full force. That's why I went in search of a Hylian who could help us. Link, I am certain you have already figured this out, but we need you to use shock arrows to get those orbs working properly again. I will aid you in any way I can, of course. Please, hero, I beg of you, help me. Stop Ruta's rampage of destruction. What? Princess Zelda herself instructed you to board the Divine Beast and appease it from within? So then Princess Zelda is still alive. I do not believe it. She was alive this whole time just as you were. The events of 100 years ago cannot be altered, it is true. But if we can regain control of the Divine Beast, they may yet prove useful in the sealing of Calamity Ganon once and for all.
Oh.
I did not know you had such grand ambitions, Link. Wondrous! Naturally, I shall help too. Once it has stopped rampaging, you can easily climb inside of it. Come, Link, let's appease Ruta together. Thank you, Link. Truly, we are in your debt. Our goal is the same. That means meeting was nothing short of destiny. Now then, allow me to offer you this gift as a show of faith. So long as you wear this, you can ascend waterfalls just as a Zora. Please take good care of it.
King Doraphan! Surely you do not really intend to give this outsider the Zora armor? Countless generations of Zora princesses have gifted that armor to the one they have sworn to marry. Princess Mifa made it to that one there with her own hands. It is far too important to entrust to a shady Hylian. He may be a champion, but Mifa had no such relationship with him. So why should he receive such an honor? This is just too much, my liege. I do not understand it one bit.
That Muzu is not easily swayed once he has his mind set. You must understand he was in charge of educating my dear daughter, Mifa. Naturally, she means a lot to him, just as she means the world to us. Ever since we lost her in the calamity, he has grown to despise Hylians. I hope you can forgive his rudeness. But what shall we do now? I tasked Muzu with finding the shakers we will need to appease Varuta. But now he has rushed off in a huff. Link, do not let his words concern you. I will work this out with Muzu. I shall return shortly. Sidon, I suppose that means you are going to tell him? Link, Muzu is most likely at the square down below. Would you mind going down there? I would like you to try to speak with him.
Alright, let's get to it.
You came all the way here, but it is in vain. I have no desire to speak with you.
Listen well, Muzu. There is something you need to know. He who stands here is the man called Link. Is the one whom my sister Mifa had feelings for. I was only a child then, so I do not remember it myself at the time, but it is so. I grew up hearing my father tell stories of some of which were about my sister's undying love for the Hylian named Link.
What? No! You cannot fool me with such a fanciful lie. Not this, Zora. How could Lady Mifa possibly have feelings for a Hylian like him? The facts are clear. He remembers nothing, even when he looks upon the Princess Mifa statue.
It is true, Muzu. Though you never knew it, he was ever in Mifa's heart.
こうしてると出会った頃のことを思い出すね。あなたはまだ子供で無茶してすぐに怪我をして、その度私はこうしてあなたを治してた。ハイリア人のあなたは気がついたら私よりも大人になっちゃってたけど、 私あなたの傷を治してあげられるの嬉しかった。復活するかもっていう薬剤ガノンはどんな相手なのか、どういう戦いになるのか詳しいことはまだわからない。でもどんなに過酷な戦いになったとしても、みんながあなたが傷ついてしまった時は私が治す。何度でもどんな怪我でも私はあなたを守りたいから。薬剤ガノンとの戦いが終わったら、そうしたら子供の頃みたいにまたここへ遊びに来てくれる？
あ
What's the matter, Link? Are you unwell? Oh, you are quivering like a hatchling. Whatever is the matter? Ward, do not mistake me for a fool, Hylian. There's no way you could remember her just now, when it is most convenient. In any case, without any solid proof, I cannot possibly take you at your word. If you have such proof, now is the time to show it. Do so, and I shall tell you how to get those shock arrows, yes, as well as anything else you wish to know.
Oh, I know exactly how we're gonna show it.
Bam!
Hey,
Muzu, look closely at the clothes Link is wearing. You really think changing your clothes is going to make me... Hey, what in... That is the Zora armor from before. Lady Miffa made it by hand and yet fits you perfectly. What is the meaning of this?
whoa.
Now you understand, don't you? Now you know who her heart belonged to, and who she made this special armor for. The fact is that this armor fits Link perfectly, should be proof enough that Miffa made it for him, and him alone. You have always disliked Hylians, even before the Great Calamity. That is why Miffa never told you. Now that you know, you must promise to help him save us all, Muzu. Please, tell us where we can find the shock arrows we need. I know you. I bet you have already figured it out. Huh. I never would have imagined she would make that special armor for one such as he. I do not approve of you asking for help from a Hylian, but I suppose it is our only option at this point. I am a proud Zora. That means I must take responsibility for my unwarranted behavior towards you. As promised, I should tell you where to can collect as many shock arrows as you would need. That tall mountain over yonder, it is called Palermius Mountain, and there you will find Shatterback Point. A terrifying creature has made its home up there. This awful beast shoots a volley of shock arrows, even a single one that could be fatal to a Zora. You must mean that Lionel. He is a man-beast, that one. That beast does indeed wield shock arrows. That is certainly one way to collect them quickly. He is vicious, to be sure, but I am certain Link will rise to the challenge. In order to appease the divine beast, I estimate you will need at least 20 shock arrows. Do you think you can gather that many?
Hey.
Why do you still doubt him, Muzu? I have no doubt he will be triumphant. Oh, Link, let's get moving. Okay, Link, let's get moving. The fastest way to Polemius Mountain is to ascend the waterfall east of the domain. The Zora armor should come in handy just to swim the waterfall basin, and then go up the waterfall from there. I'll wait at the eastern reservoir, Link, right by the divine beast. Gather at least 20 shock arrows, and then come join me. Wonderful! Together we shall stop that divine beast's onslaught. Whew, and there we go. Alright, I think we'll pause here. I'm gonna do some exterior work, collecting stuff, doing shrines, because going up against the Lionel that's up there is not going to be an easy task. So, until then, I'll see you all next time.